Am I the astronaut for letting friends stay when we're not home? I love my girlfriend of 3 years. We'll call her Joni. I'm even planning to propose soon. We recently got a little guest bed in case a friend or family member ever wanted to visit. Monday, I got a text from 2 of my best friends. We'll call them Casey and Alex. Hey, this is so last minute, so no pressure, but if Alex and I happen to need a place to crash this Friday night, any chance we could split that twin bed of yours? I responded, oh, maybe. Let me ask Joni when she gets off work. Joni and I are going out of town this weekend, so it would make perfect sense to me to hide the keys in a secret place and let them crash on Friday. Again, these are S-tier friends of 10 years. What does S-tier mean?
Like top of the line.
Top of the line?
Yeah.
I'm like, S is very low in the alphabet.
No, S is good.
Okay. S is good, Caden Thunder says. Again, these are S-tier friends of 10 plus years. But when I went to quickly run it by Joni, she said she'd be uncomfortable having people stay when we're not here. I was kind of shocked and asked her a bunch of questions. No, it wasn't because they weren't trustworthy. She'd feel the same about her best friend. So, no, she didn't think they'd steal or break stuff or leave the door unlocked. Yes, it would be fine for them to stay if we were in town. I was confused. Eventually, she said she'd feel anxious and sick to her stomach if people were crashing at our place without us there. She said it would be different if they were signed subletters or even if they had offered to pay us to stay. She'd also said she would love to host them properly sometime. She just didn't like the idea of our place being used like a hotel. She didn't want people in their house. That's what I'm getting from this. And she seemed not to want to set that precedent. She said if they were in dire straits, she could help pay for a hotel or even stay in town this weekend to host them. Bonkers solution in my opinion. I said maybe we could gently let them know that this is a one-time thing and in the future we would need to be present, but no dice. By this time she was feeling very judged and shamed by me. I was surprised and saddened that it wasn't an easy yes. It's an unconventional ask for sure, but where I come from, friends help friends out, especially just letting them crash for a single night. By the way, this all started because Casey and Alex forgot they'd bought concert tickets a while back, and by the time they remembered, all the hotels were super expensive. It's not a true emergency, but I've been in similar situations and would like to save them $200 plus. I was embarrassed to tell them no, especially when I've crashed with them on fairly short notice before, though to be fair, they were physically present while I was there. I texted Casey, okay, so I buried the lead. We're out of town this weekend, and Joni kind of feels weird about having people crash when neither of us are around. We went around and around about it because I felt bad and promise it's not specifically about you. It's just a boundary of hers. Sorry about that. Would have loved to have seen y'all. Luckily, Casey was understanding and responded with, oh, gotcha. No worries at all. I know it was a long shot. So am I unreasonable here? Is Joni. All right. What do you think?
Well, first of all, let me put my intelligent glasses on here.
Okay. Intelligent glasses,
and they're coming off.
Engaged and disengaged.
So, one thing that I noticed that I made a little bookmark of in my little brain is that whenever he was texting his buddy, I think he kind of like put the blame on his wife when he was texting his buddy the reason, which, I mean, that's not like a big deal, but it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of shitty to be like, hey, sorry, man, the reason you can't come over is because my wife, she's not comfortable with it. I tried, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I feel like you also kind of got to take into account that it's partially your space, it's also partially her space, and for something like this, like if the roles were reversed, you would probably hope that she didn't dog on you like that. You know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. This is going south fast. Nobody's stopping me. The lights are bright. It's cold. My arms are up. Okay. What are we doing here?
I think you're on the right track here. And you know, the general consensus that we see in chat is that, well, it's not general consensus. It is kind of a 50-50 split of he told the truth or he threw his wife under the bus. And it seems like that's the real issue that we're focused on and discussing here instead of what this whole situation. So let's back up just a second. I'm torn. Honestly, I'm 50-50 on if he was right for telling the truth or if he was wrong for throwing his wife under the bus. He didn't blame it on her.
They're not married.
He explained, not wife, girlfriend.
No, I said that.
Oh yeah, and then I did too. Sorry. We kept the narrative going. Words are hard. Backing up a little bit here. Mm-hmm. I think you guys are just in a relationship right now, and she explained to you, your girlfriend explained to you, your extreme discomfort with having someone stay there. Was very, very open with you about that. You received it. You had lots of questions. You needed to understand it. But then here's what happened. You took that and were just like, okay, I guess we're just in this shit situation. And then you came to us and told us how you really felt. instead of telling her how you really felt. You opposed it, and you made her fully explain it before you would accept it. But when she explained it, you just accepted it. I feel like the right move here would have been, I understand that that's extreme discomfort for you, and I want you to please understand the extreme discomfort for me of having to tell my friends no when they've done similar good deeds for me, and I consider them good enough friends for this to not be an issue. So if this is where we're at and this is your hill to die on, like, I need you to help me respond to them and come up with something that makes sense and I feel like is fair, because right now it doesn't feel fair, and it feels like I'm going to be forced to do something I don't want to do. And I feel like my friends deserve better. So we're both at a point of extreme discomfort here. And that doesn't just mean one person automatically gets the dub here. It means that there's more discussion to be had, and you need to come to a place of common understanding. And maybe this, like, communicate it through, right? I don't know. Now I feel like there's a choice to be made, and in conversation, you chose your friends because you told the absolute truth instead of trying to protect perception of your girlfriend to your friends.
On the other hand, let's open this book and smell these pages for a second. How would you feel if put yourself in the shoes of the person who's writing this story?
Okay.
Put your shoes in their shoes. Would you feel comfortable having someone stay over at your place whenever everybody's gone like that? Or do you see more from the girlfriend's perspective where she's like uncomfortable with that? Like, personally, how do you feel about that?
I feel like I wouldn't mind. You know, if it's a good enough friend that there isn't a shred of doubt that they're gonna treat the area with respect, because they are good friends and they're rock solid. If they're S tier, if that's as true. Good as you're telling me
they are S tier,
then I don't feel like that should be an issue, right? I feel like girlfriend's issue here was more with the possibility that they were going to do some dirty things in the house.
Maybe.
And that's the vibe I got. She didn't come out and say that.
I personally, I can understand being a little bit anxious by people being in my space when I'm not there. Not even for any specific reason other than, like, I don't know, an anxiety thing maybe.
Don't touch my shit.
No, not even don't touch my shit. It's just like the idea of, like, somebody being in my safe space while I'm not in my safe space invalidates my safe space. So, and also the OP did clarify that they had done similar. They had let him stay, but never when they weren't there, never when they weren't home.
Okay.
It had always been when
it's
they
not
were home.
the exact same situation.
So
sure. I don't know. So
I don't think OP was an asshole though.
I don't think so either. But understand that this extreme discomfort you were describing to us, you need to describe to your partner, and that's where a conversation needs to be had, and you guys need to reach a point of common understanding, because now that you've given her this dub and just kind of moved on and like took your licks, and
you were like, shit.
Now you're going to resent her just a little bit. And what's going to happen to that resentment seed? I don't know. Communicate.
Bad gas.
Communicate.
Real bad.
Just communicate. That's where I'm at here.
I think so.
I don't think you would have been the astronaut for letting friends stay when you're not home.
You would have been if you did with her saying no, because that's where I thought it was headed. That you were going to, let them sneak into your house and put on their clown costumes and do their funky music while you were gone. But they didn't, so it was crisis averted there.
It was because you didn't let it happen.
No funky music this time.
Where do you go from here?